Sushruta for NEET is now available on the Google Play Store. Try it out for free.
Now, let us take up this biodiversity and conservation. Biodiversity, as you know, it is the diversity with regard to living beings. What all different types of plants and animals live, they constitute, including microbes, they constitute biodiversity. And conservation means it's a protection. It is a need of the day. If an alien from a distant galaxy were to visit our planet Earth, the first thing that would amaze and baffle her would most probably the enormous diversity of life that she would encounter. You know what is alien? Alien, have you heard about alien? Alien is believed as some creature which is not present in our Earth and visiting from some other planet like that. Whether it's true or not, big question mark. If an alien from a distant galaxy were to visit our planet Earth, what is that? She would be amazed and baffled by seeing the enormous diversity that she would encounter here. Did you tell me why that alien would wonder? Jyoti, Namrata, why? Why that alien will wonder? Who is answering? Yes, come on. Why that alien will wonder? Alien, why would it wonder? Because it is believed that alien is the only creature that is present, only one individual, one creature present in the other planet Earth. By seeing all different types of plants, animals, microbes and all, it will wonder. Even for humans, the rich variety of living organisms with which they share this planet never ceases to astonish and fascinate us. The moment you come across, I shall put one important video, you will get to know. I'll make you to get astonished or surprised to see, oh, these are all animals are there in the deep sea. So beautiful animals are in the deep sea. Please remind me if at all I don't put. I shall put it in your group today. Who will remind me? Who will remind me? Hello? Are you hearing me? Hey, whether you're all there?
Yes, sir.
Vishmit, are you sleeping?
No, sir.
Then what? So, the common man, woman, would find it harder to believe that there are more than 20,000 species of ants, 3 lakh species of beetles, 28,000 species of fishes, and nearly 20,000 species of orchids. Remember, this figure, whatever you see, is given in the book printed in first published in 2007. Now it is 2022. Definitely these numbers have been almost double. That many type of individuals have been identified now. But this number you are supposed to remember. These many different types of certain only few creatures are said. Ants, beetles, fishes, freshwater fishes, marine fishes, like that. Orchids, so many different types of fishes. Those who are interested in orchids and so many different types of flowers, so beautiful they are. Ecologists and evolution biologists have been trying to understand the significance of such diversity by asking important question, why are there so many species? Why are there so many species? You may also wonder, why there are so many species of butterflies, so many species of ants, so many species of spiders. Did such great diversity exist throughout Earth's history, right from the beginning of the origin of life? How did this diversification come about? How and why is this diversity important to the biosphere? Would it function any differently if the biodiversity was much less? How do humans benefit from the biodiversity of diversity of life? All this we are going to study in this chapter. In our biosphere, biosphere is the sphere with the life. It is called biosphere. Entire Brahmanda universe. In our biosphere, immense diversity or heterogeneity, different types of organisms exists, not only at the species level, but at all levels of biological organization, ranging from macromolecules within cells to biomes. So it is not that we do observe diversity at the species level. So many species, different species. Each species is different from the another species. You don't see that only biodiversity exists in nature. If you look into our body, even in the body, we have different types of macromolecules. We have different types of micromolecules, nutrients, just like we have different types of biomes. You have heard about biomes. Ocean is a biome, forest is a biome, estuary is a biome, desert is a biome. What is a biome? Easily recognizable unit with its own fauna and flora. That is what is said to be the biome. Easily recognizable unit with its own fauna and flora is a biome. Not only that, we have different types of biomes. As you see, there are different types of species, there are different types of habitats, there are different types of molecules inside the body. As you see, different types of biomes. Biodiversity is a term popularized by a sociobiologist, Edward Wilson. Please remember this name, Edward Wilson. Edward Wilson. Okay, 1 minute. So now coming to this, we have to remember it is Edward Wilson. He has popularized the term biodiversity. What is it? Sociobiology. Sociobiology is the field of biology which is concerned with the social behavior of the organisms. It is not that we only have social behavior. It is not that we only live in families with attachment or a detachment with each other. Even the ants live in families. Honeybees live in groups, in society, and we call them social animals. Your ants, your bees, these are called social animals. They have their own responsibilities to perform. So, this gentleman was studying sociobiology, social behavior of the living organisms. So, biodiversity is populated by sociobiologist Edward Wilson to describe the combined diversity at all levels of biological organization. The most important of them are, we are going to study about this, right? Most important of them are, let us see. Why the students are absent? Any idea? Let's see. Any idea why Aisha is absent? 1 minute. Tanusri, Jayasri?
Yes, sir.
Jayasri?
Yes, sir.
Tanusri has come to the class? College, to the hostel?
No, sir.
No. Chinese. Why that? You have been told, there is class today. You are given the time to evaluate. Right?
The person you're calling is not answering. Please try later. ನೀವು ಕರೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿರುವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ
1 minute. Would you please, hello, are you hearing me? Would you please call your friends? Can it say whom you are going to call? Please let me know. Blessy?
I'll call Rafa, sir.
Okay. Namaste, sir. Sorry for disturbing you. Navya class visual? Iji. Class visual. Okay. Sorry disturbing. Okay. Yeah, come on. Blessy, whom you are going to call? Jayasri, whom you are going to call?
Sir.
Vishmita, whom you are going to call? Huh? Okay. Sarvotam, whom you are going to call? Rakesh?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Sir, Prithvi is not engaging, attending the class. Please, would you please see? Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm waiting to get up now, right?
Okay.
Right now, I'm
Right.
waiting to get up.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Yes, come on. Did you call anybody? Hello, Navya. Hello. Hi. Yeah, ಬೈರಂಡು ಲಿಂಕ್ ಇನ್ನು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಮೇಲೇ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮೇಲ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಾಕಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬೈದಾರೆ ಓಕೆ ರೈಟ್ ಯಾ So please call your friends. Who will call Kavita? ಹಲೋ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಜನನಿ ಕಾಸಿ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಮೇಲಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ all JnanaMarga classes will be coming in mail, generally. But if at all there is no link, you could ask me, Timetable is given, Huh? What not timetable? Timetable is not put. This week's timetable is not put. How can it be? Okay, please verify. Okay, right. There is the class, so just join it. Yeah. Is it that this week's timetable is not put?
It's not there.
No, sir.
Oh, sorry. Is it? Yeah, but some of you could ask us, why we have given the number? Because that we are very busy in the classes yesterday. You could, when we are putting every time the timetable on Saturday itself or Sunday, you could have asked us, you know. And is it that at any time you cancel the class like this? Have you cancelled the class at any time? Please tell me. Have you cancelled the class? Hello? You please send the link to your friends, because that gentleman did not schedule the class till late night. And till morning I have to wait for that gentleman. Please do that, okay? If at all you don't get to the class link, you should ask us. Namaste, sir. Sir, it is sent by mail, sir. Mail. It is generally sent mail, and also simply I also make them to just again another one. Now they are finding fault in me only for helping. In a mail it is there. It is mail, it is there. Students are here, sir. There way. Yeah. Prithvi came. Yeah. Okay. Hello, yesterday you not attended the class? Hello?
Hello?
You have attended class, you know, all of yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And I am not asking Pratyuraj alone, to all other students.
Yes,
Why that
sir.
you have not asked what is that timetable for this week? Vismita?
Yes, sir.
Why you did not ask? Jyoti? Why that you people all kept quiet? Is it that this is the interest that you have in the classes? Is it that it is the responsibility of we only people to make everything is spoon-fed to you? You could have asked us, you could have messaged us, sir. When I have given you that much of liberty, that much of extended, that much of love and affection towards you. Jyoti, Namrata, Sarottam, answer me. You can't keep quiet under the pretext that it is not sent. Have we cancelled any class without informing you? I feel really bad. Yeah, someone of you please send the message to Kavita. Who will do it? Please, who will do it?
Sir, I sent it to her. The link also.
Okay. Can you put it to our group also?
Yes, sir, I'll put it.
Okay, please, sir, please. Navya,
Yes, sir.
you could have asked me yesterday.
Yes, sir. I thought you might send it at night, so I slept at 10, I think.
No, that is different. But if at all that telling that, sir, we have not received the timetable for this week, what would have been wrong? Then you would have been alerted, you know. You know, this timetable and all, that responsibility was taken by Sandeep sir, and Sandeep sir had class. Please remember, he had class yesterday from 6 o'clock morning to 9 o'clock night. Continuous class. You don't know how much work we do. And we are also human beings, you know. Right? For you, it is only 1 year. For us, entire life. You just imagine, the other day, that person spoke, you know. Good that it is not ended up in the divorce. Have you heard it?
Yes, sir.
Remember every day, Navya, every day putting the alarm to wake up in the morning. Is it not that it is affecting our family life? Is it not that when the alarm rings, they also wakes up? You should think about all the things. Now who else? Who else has not come? Right? Who has sent it to Lohit?
Sir, Rafa is not picking up the call, sir.
You might be enjoying the morning sleep. Right? And I want next time that every one of you please make it a point, every one of you. What ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ತಲೆದಾರಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಂಗೆ. Okay. So you please, have you in your Google form, have you given your parents' number? Otherwise, I'll make it a point. We want that urgently till you write a sheet in it. We want to know your parents' number also. I will ask Sandeep sir to again put one Google form for you for present second PU students. All of you please give your number, your mother's number, your father's number. Is it okay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
No one is speaking.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
come on. Now who has to come? Lohit? Lohit?
Yes, sir.
ಯಾರ್ದು ನೀವು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು?
ಸರ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು ಸರ್.
ಹಾ?
ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು ಸರ್.
ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು. ನಿನ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತಲ್ವೇನೋ? ಈ ಸತಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ? ಯಾಕೋ ಹೇಳು ಮಹಾರಾಯ. ಏನು ಲಿಂಕ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ? ಲಿಂಕ್ ಬರಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಬೇಗ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅವರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಲಿಂಕ್ ಮೇಲಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸಿ ನನಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಾಪಿ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ನೆನಪಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. ಈ ಸತಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಕಟ್ಸಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಕವಿತಾ ಬಂದ್ಲಾ? ಕವಿತಾ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಯಾರು ಕವಿತೆಗೆ ಯಾರು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ? ನವ್ಯಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಕವಿತನಿಗೆ ಕಳ್ಸಿದ್ಯಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಹೋಗಿರಾ? ಇನ್ಯಾರು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ, ಯಾರು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ? ಬೇಗ, ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು ನಂದು.
जिस नंबर से आप संपर्क करना चाहते हैं वह अभी स्विच्ड ऑफ है.
ಸ್ಲೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಹೈ. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀರಿ? ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಈಗ? ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಆಯಿಷಾ ಬಂದಿಯನಮ್ಮ? ಆಯಿಷಾ ಅರಿದೆ?
Yes, sir.
ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ಸಿ?
Yes, sir.
ಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಜನನಿ?
Yes, sir.
ಕವಿತಾ? Navya?
Yes, sir.
Navya, please call Kavita and tell, okay? You
When I
just
called her, it's switched off.
Okay, she is enjoying the morning sleep. Okay. Then, Visvita is there, Nadira is there. Tanusri, Jayasri, Umasri.
Yes,
Savitri,
sir.
have you come? Have you come, Savitri? Yeah. Jayasri came? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, Jayasri and Savitri were there. Tanusri? Did you call Tanusri?
Yes, sir.
You came, Tanu, huh? Okay. Right.
Yes.
Now who else? This Charan, Chinmayi, Sarottama, Siddesh, Sarottam, ಮಾತಾಡಪ್ಪ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ಯಾ? ಸರ್ವೋತ್ತಮ.
Yes, sir.
ನೀವು ಹಾಸ್ಟೆಲ್ ಬಂದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ವಾಪಸ್?
No,
ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ಯಾ?
sir. At home.
ಮನೇಲಿದ್ಯಾ? At home.
Yes, sir.
Okay, would you please send a message or call them? Charan, Chinmayi,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Harshavardhan, Siddesh and Vishwas. ನೋಡು, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀಯ? ಬೇಗ ಹೇಳು. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀಯಾ?
I am messaging for Chinmay, sir.
ಫಾರ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ
Chinmay.
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾನ? ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ.
I'll call. ವಾರ್ಡನ್ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಫೋನ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ
ನೀನೀಗ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡು. ವಾರ್ಡನ್ ಅವ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಇನ್ನು. Okay, please. ಯಾರಿಗಾರು ಕಳಿಸು.
Hello.
ಚರಣ
Charan is not there, sir. Charan, ಅವನ ಫೋನ್ ನಂಬರ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಅವ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅವ?
ಅವನು ಹೋಟೆಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಸರ್.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ವೋತ್ತಮ್
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಚರಣ್ ಒಬ್ಬನೇ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಚರಣ್ ಒಬ್ಬನೇ. ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಹುಶಃ ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ನೋಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಓಕೆ.
ಸರ್
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್ವೋತ್ತಮ್.
ಹಾಂ
ನೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ವಾರ್ಡನ್ಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ವಾರ್ಡನ್ ಇದೆ ನಂಬರ್ ನಿಂತ ಹತ್ರ?
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ವಾರ್ಡನ್ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಡೀತಾರೆ ಹೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ರೈಟ್. ನಾವು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಬೇಗ ಮಾಡಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಾ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ರೈಟ್. Sorry that on my part that I did not get it till the last minute. That's a problem. And anyway, coming back, I hope you see this screen. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I said it is a sociobiologist, Edward Wilson, who has popularized the term biodiversity. Now let us study 3 types of biodiversity, the most important types of biodiversity. Please listen to me carefully. I will ask abruptly, I will stop the class and I will ask you repeat the sentence. You have to repeat the sentence. So you have what is known as 3 types of diversity. The first one is the genetic diversity. What is this? A single species might show high diversity at the genetic level over its distribution range. That is, genetic diversity is the diversity in the genes within the species. Is it not that we Indians look different from that of Tibetans? Is it not that they look different from that of the Africans? Yeah. We can easily recognize, we can easily make out, these are we Bharatiyans, these are we Australians, these are we Britishers. We can make out. These are different individuals. That is what is genetic diversity. A single species might show high diversity at a genetic level over its distributional range. That means in the different areas, you do come across change in the genetic level. So that is influence of the environment on the gene. That is why Negroes look different, Canadians look different, Indians look different. The genetic variation shown by the medicinal plant, Rauwolfia vomitoria, very important medicinal plant, I will tell you about that. If you look into this Rauwolfia vomitoria species itself, you do come across so many different types at the different ranges of Himalaya. So, the genetic variation shown by medicinal plant Rauwolfia growing in different Himalayan parts might be in terms of the potency and concentration of the active chemical reserpine. What difference you see here? You see the difference. There are so many members, individuals belonging to this particular species, Rauwolfia vomitoria. Species is the same. But if you look into this species, Rauwolfia vomitoria, at different parts of Himalayas, at different locations of Himalayas, you see the potency and concentration of the chemical reserpine is found to be different in different plants grown at different parts of Himalaya. Suppose I take this is the Himalayan range. Whatever the plants you come across here, same Rauwolfia vomitoria, whatever the plants you come across here, whatever the plants you come across here, whatever the plants you come across here, these different plants of the same species at different places of Himalaya, they have different concentration, which is very important chemical. I will tell that what is that important chemical name later, that for what purpose it is important. It is the concentration of this chemical reserpine varies from the individual A, individual B, individual C, individual D. All these belong to the species X. So, or I shall put it in another way. Let me call that a species A. And this is A1 individual. This is A2 individual. This is A3 individual. This is A4 individual. If you look into this A species, only different individuals, the concentration of this reserpine and potency of curing the disease different. That is what is called a genetic diversity. India has more than 50,000 of genetically different strains of rice. Even not 50, it has gone to lakh. Different types of rice. You know, once upon a time, we used to grow the rice of a particular brand in each and every village. And whatever you used to have the rice grown in that Haveri, used to be different grown in Mysore, to be different from the rice grown variety in the coastal belt. So we used to come across different varieties of rice. That
They are joining, sir.
Hello?
They are joining, sir.
Who is this?
Sarvottam, sir. They are joining.
Oh, they are joining. Good. How many of them joined?
I think one of them has joined.
Only one, na?
They are coming, sir, one by one.
Yes. Charan has come. Are you there, Charan? No. Chinmay? Harshavardhan? Yes. Sarvottam Siddesh? Vishwas? No. Okay. Right. Let them come. Okay. But my request, please remember, for anything, if at all it happens by mistake from our side, please message me or please call me and tell me, sir, we have not received the timetable. Sir, we have not received the link. Sir, class is not happening. And I also want you, by chance any class got cancelled for any reason, please bring it to my notice immediately. Would you please do it? Please try to understand how much concern we have about you. Are you following me? Tell me who will do that? Who will do that? When I ask like that, I expected every one of you to, sir, I will do, sir, I will do, sir. You don't want to take any responsibility? For whose sake we are doing? Do you think that is it for all these things we are doing for the money only? You know how much they charge for these courses? Do you think that I don't know? Come on, who will tell me? Who will take that responsibility? Who is that?
Vismita.
Vismita. Okay, one Vismita said I will do it. Then anyone else come forward? I want one more guy or lady.
Sir, I will.
Who?
Nadira.
Nadira. Okay, Nadira. Okay, I'm waiting for you. Okay. So Nadira is in hostel. She has her own limitations. Even in spite of that, she has come forward. Good it is. And only these both are from Ananda Tirtha Institute. Okay, I don't know. Vidyodaya? Anyone? Anyone? Hello? Vidyodaya? No, none of you are interested?
Sir, I'll do it.
Okay, Kanisa. Kanisa, I would
Yes.
like to know whether in your group our crash course information is put.
Yes, sir.
That what is put? Brochure is put?
Yes, sir.
When it starts? Any idea? You are not gone through?
No, sir.
Okay. Please popularize amongst your friends. Okay. Please send that. Please tell that it starts from 20th of this. We are giving board support also. And after that, after board examination, we are doing that CET NEET course. Therefore, you take care. Okay. Don't bother about it. Okay. Right. Thank you. Whether the same is put in your group, Vismita?
Yes, sir.
It is put crash course information.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Both of you, whatever that information is there, please forward it to me. Kanisa, Vismita. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Please forward it to me so that I'll be double sure. Right. Okay. Now, again, please see that it's a very important time, and I have the idea of calling one parent-teachers meeting in the next week for you, and I wanted to discuss with you, and I wanted to get the information from you. Because within another 15 days or so, or 1 month, all our portions gets over, right? And then we have to think how best we can support you in your board exam, right? You tell me how many chapters are pending in biology? Tell me how many chapters are pending?
Only one chapter, sir.
Only one chapter is pending. This is what we are doing. Okay. Yes, okay. Now, you tell me how many chapters are pending in chemistry? Quick. Anyone? Quick. Vismita, you don't know? Navya? Kanisa? Hello? Vismita? Nadira?
Yes, sir.
How many chapters are pending? I want in physics also. Physics, maths, chemistry.
Sir, 8
Navya, are you
chapters.
looking? Pardon?
8 chapters are pending in chemistry.
Okay. In physics? Come on. And maths? Quick. Who will tell me? Janani, can you tell me? Janani, have you come?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me? Kanisa, what are you doing? Nadira, Vismita, Jyoti, Vishwas, Jayasri, Tanasri. Please. What is that? I don't know. Vismita,
Yes, sir.
what is the problem I'm telling?
Sir, maybe 6 to 7, sir.
6 to 7. Okay. Maths? I'm waiting for you.
Seven chapters, sir. 7 to 8.
7 chapters. Okay. I think in physics and chemistry, the chapters same meaning are small chapters. Generally, the chapters gets over within a day and two. Which is the big chapter remaining? Any idea in physics and chemistry, maths? Do you know that there are some big chapters? And you might have completed in your regular colleges also?
In chemistry, plea block.
P block, huh?
Yes, sir.
And there's a big chapter. Okay. In physics, any big chapter? Or maths, any big chapter? Pardon?
Current electricity
Where?
in physics, sir.
Is it big chapter?
Big, sir.
Is it? Okay. And chemistry? Is it maths? Come on. Please. Okay, I would like to request some of these teachers to engage in special classes and all. You tell me, you know that now how many are teaching you physics?
3 teachers.
3.
3. with whom I shall ask you to speed up and take some other chapters. Whom you prefer?
KP, sir.
KP. After that, next to him, please. Another is RH, sir. Am I right? Hande, sir. And one more is Shubhada, madam. Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Whom I shall ask?
Ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Then in mass,
AKS, sir.
AK, sir.
AKS. Then who are all engaging mass?
SMA, sir.
Then
Only
only
two.
two. Only two.
Yes, sir.
Ranjana ma'am is not coming. Okay. Let me see. Right. Okay. Yes. Now we'll see that. Huh? Okay, what can be done? Now coming back to the chapter. Tell me, have you understood whatever I have taught? Genetic diversity? Right? You are following now. This, we have not only 50,000 genetically different strains of rice, we have 1,000 varieties of mango also. And today, I am not going to meet your class in the afternoon. It will be taken up by ma'am, Shubhada ma'am. Physics will be there instead of my class. Please remember. So we have here mango. There are 1,000 varieties of mango. You know, all that mango you eat, they belong to a species. What is that? Can you tell me? What is the mango species? Mango belongs to a species? Nadira. Rafa.
Indica.
What indica?
Mangifera indica.
Mangifera indica. Mangifera indica is the scientific name of mango. All that mango, what all mango you eat? Tell me. Can you tell me the varieties in whatever language you know? What is that? Have you heard about Totapuri? Have you heard about Have you heard about Mallika?
Yes, sir. Malgawa.
Margova? Then
Alfonso.
Alfonso. Then that's all.
Neelam.
Neelam. Then
Ballari.
Bellari. All these are different varieties of mango. They belong to the same species, but genetically different. I hope you understood that genetic diversity. Look here. This is what Rauwolfia vomitoria. Rauwolfia vomitoria is also known as Rauwolfia serpentina. Rauwolfia serpentina. You know what is it called in Kannada? Jayasri, Tanasri. Can you read this? Jaya, Rakesh,
Sarpagandha.
Sarpagandha. This is one of the most important medicinal plant used to treat high blood pressure and also to give relief from psychotic symptoms, mental disturbance, psychological problems, psychic. So reserpine is an antipsychotic. Some people, they'll be always with the mood destabilized. And it is anti-hypertensive drug. Hypertension means high BP. It is treated this particular medicine plant is used to treat high blood pressure as well as some sort of psychological disturbance. What you say, In Kannada, read this. What is this? What is this? Khinnate. That means ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು. Something. So, this is with regard to Rawalpindi serpentina. Right? Now let us look into species diversity. Second type of diversity. The diversity at the species level. Genetic diversity is the diversity at the genetic level. For example, the Western Ghats have a greater amphibian species diversity than the Eastern Ghats. Not only this amphibian. If you look into the plants and animals present in Western Ghats, that is where we are all there, compare it with the Eastern Ghats towards the Bay of Bengal, always we find a greater species diversity, not only amphibians, with regard to almost all the species, more species in Western Ghats than Eastern Ghats. Therefore, Western Ghats is considered as one of the what? One of the dash in the whole world. What is that? Biodiversity hotspots. We have two such biodiversity hotspots in India. Can anyone tell me which is another one? One is Western Ghats. Another one is, anyone? Namrata? Prithviraj? Lohit? Another one is northeastern Himalayas. So these are the two biologically hotspots, biodiversity hotspots. So now coming back to my research animal. What is that, my research animal? On which I have done good research. Anyone? You don't remember? I don't want you to tell the scientific name, common name. Hello? Which amphibian? What is it called?
Legless amphibian.
Limbless amphibian. Who said it?
Charan.
Limbless amphibian. If I tell about limbless amphibian, I have extensively moved in the Western Ghats as well as Eastern Ghats. If I could good number of new species in the Western Ghats, not even a single species, known species, I could get that much easily in the Eastern Ghats. Therefore, remember, the species diversity, that is the diversity, species diversity is different types of species. Almost all the new species of amphibians or limbless amphibian, whatever have discovered newly, they are all from Western Ghats. None of them are from Eastern Ghats. See, this is what here, different types of amphibian diversity of the Western Ghats. Right? Okay? And this is what I have discovered. Geginopis madhavai, one of the limbless amphibian, one more limbless amphibian, Geginopis govensis. If at all you write Geginopis madhavai in the Google internet, you will get my papers. You see my name. You see whatever articles I have written on this. Geginopis madhavai, Geginopis govensis. Any name you just write, you will get the information right. Govensis, Geginopis mahadayensis. All this I could find only in Western Ghats and not in Eastern Ghats. Nyctibetacus dattatreyensis. So my study itself, I agree with regard to that. What are the statement that is given in the book? Amphibian diversity is more in the Western Ghats than in the Eastern Ghats. By my study, I have realized it. Ecological diversity. Right? Now let us look into ecological diversity. At the ecosystem level, India, for instance, with its deserts, rainforests, mangroves, coral reefs, wetlands, estuaries, and alpine meadows, has a greater ecosystem diversity than a Scandinavian country like Norway. What do you mean by ecological diversity? Ecological diversity says that it is the diversity in the ecosystem. If you look into our India has desert, one type of ecosystem, forest, another type of ecosystem, grassland, one more type of ecosystem, ocean, one more type of ecosystem, so many rivers, another type of ecosystem. So we do have so many different types of ecosystem. That is what is not the ecological diversity. If you compare it with the another Scandinavian country, it is a cluster of country. Scandinavian country like Norway, one particular country, if you look into that, we have much more different types of ecological diversity. Look here. This is what a grassland you have. This is the wetland. This is the desert. This is the mangrove. Mangrove is the vegetation found very close to the seawater or salt water. And this is a tropical rainforest. And this alpine meadows. Alpine meadows are a sort of grassland present at the height. Okay. And this is what Scandinavian country. Scandinavian country includes Norway, right? Sweden. You can see Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, and Iceland. All these together forms a Scandinavian country. If at all look into Norway, the diversity, ecological density, very, very less when compared to the ecological diversity that you come across in India. Almost geographically, it's the same area. Why that you compare it with Norway? You just compare this with the Norway geographical area with Indian geographical area. In world map, how much big India comes? So it is the ecological diversity, right? So the same thing, it is given the different diversity. Genetic diversity, diversity of genes within species. Species diversity, diversity among species in an ecosystem. Ecosystem diversity, diversity of a habitat in a given unit area. What all different types of habitats are? That's same. These are the habitats, forest, grassland, cropland. All these are different habitats, right? Literally, habitat and ecosystem goes hand in hand. They are not much different. Clear? Understood? I hope it is clear. Come on. I will ask you only. Others have to name. Who will come forward and tell about these three different types of diversities? Come on. Come on. And to remind you, this week we have test number 6. It is a NEET test, NEET pattern test. And we'll be calling the parents teachers meeting in the next week to discuss the performance of all these tests, whatever we have done, and also to tell your parents also what we are going to do. So please remember, we want prior to that, we want the phone number of both of your parents, father and mother. I will be giving one Google form for that purpose, and you fill up that Google form just to give all the information. And another thing that we have already sent out to you the information with regard to crash course. Please see that it is circulated amongst your friends, or you can also send it to your other contact and make this program a success. In fact, whatever the program that we are running for you, it is with very difficulty we are running that. So if at all some students come and join for the crash course, it will be of great help. Okay, come on. Now tell me, who will tell me about these three diversity? Quick. You volunteer yourself.
Sir, genetic diversity is the diversity at genetic level. Species diversity is the diversity at species level. And ecological diversity is the diversity in the ecosystem.
Okay, Vismita, can you give me the example one? Okay, you are fine. Fine. Now, who will give example for genetic diversity? Anyone? Quick. Come on. You're right.
Mango.
Raulfia omitoria.
Yeah, Raulfia, Omitoria, or okay, Serpentina. Okay, right. Then who will tell ecological diversity for ecosystem diversity? Sorry, species diversity.
Western Ghats.
Western
Western
Ghats,
Ghats.
we do have different types of amphibians like that. Okay, who will give the ecological diversity?
Canadian countries.
Scandinavian, that is with the less diversity. India is with more of a different types of ecosystem diversity. Okay, now let us continue. It has taken millions of years of evolution to accumulate this rich diversity in nature. You may come across different types of Ravalpia. You may come across different individuals under the species Magnifer indica. Or you may come across a different species as far as these amphibians are concerned, or different ecosystems in a different types of area. Whatever that you see today, it is not the result of only near past. It was several millions of years it took to accumulate the rich diversity in nature, but we could lose all that wealth in less than 2 centuries if the present rates of species losses continue. This is what we have to worry a lot. Remember, I am grateful to my grandfather's grandfather. I am grateful to them because they have left this much of rich biodiversity for us to enjoy. But I cannot say the same breath. I am going to leave the same rich diversity what I have enjoyed to my grandchildren's grandchildren. Sorry, I know my grandchildren's grandchildren will curse me. They will scold we people in their day-to-day life. Why, Navya? Why that my grandchildren's grandchildren will be always cursing me? Jyoti, can you tell me why? Why they are going to curse me? Namrata, please respond. Why they are going to curse? Not only me, my generation. Why? Why? You don't know? Prithvi? Rakesh? Lohit?
For the depletion of the resources.
That means our generation is causing that much damage to the biodiversity. The present generation, you are also part of that. Don't think that you are excused by that. But since you are small children now, you can escape from that responsibility, but not me. So, even though the species diversity, genetic diversity, ecological diversity took several millions of years to get it formed, remember within 2 centuries, 200 years, we are going to lose most of them, or almost all of them, if the loss of species diversity takes place at the same rate. Biodiversity and its conservation are now vital environmental issues, important environmental issues. Biodiversity and more than that, conservation. What do you mean by conservation? What do you mean by conservation? What do you mean by conservation? Conservation is not only that we have to live, we have to leave it for tomorrow. We have to protect it for tomorrow. Biodiversity and its conservation are now very important environmental issues of the international concern as more and more people around the world begin to realize the critical importance of biodiversity for our survival and well-being on this planet. For the very fact of our survival, Survival. To remain alive. For the very fact of our survival, and not only survival, well-being. If at all we survive the one or the other disease, so do you think that that type of life is meaningful? We have to survive. If at all we are living, we have to live the life with full enjoyment. If at all a person suffers from dreadful disease, cancer, AIDS, hepatitis, some of the autoimmune disorders, do you think that that survival is enjoyable? An AIDS patient, a cancer patient, always he'll be begging the God, praying the God. Oh my God, please take my life as early as possible. I don't want to live on this earth. This is what I say. For our survival and for our well-being, keeping with good health, enjoying the day-to-day life. For this, we require biodiversity and its conservation. I might have told you before, in good number of parts in the different parts of the world, people are now suffering with acute shortage of water. They are not finding pure air to breathe, pure water to drink. It is less better if it is speak. Almost all the food items, whatever you eat, they are polluted. We are living with polluted food in different way. Is it not that the food that we are eating as a junk food is with the addictive chemical, preservative chemical, and is it that the preservative and addictive, they are good for our health? Many of the diseases which we are suffering from now, doctors are not in a position to tell exact reason for this. They will say 1 in a lakh, 1 in 20,000, 1 in 10 lakh. People suffer from that. What that 1 in 10 lakh people they are suffering from? Why they are suffering from? What is exact cause of that disease? We are not in a position to find it out. Before then, that patient dies, and it is with the death of that patient, that disease history also dies. Now let us look into community and ecosystem diversity. I hope, please understand this chapter, whatever I'm telling about biodiversity and its conservation, is a very important chapter, not only for the examination purpose, but for the very existence of we human beings on this earth. Of course, I shall teach you with all concern because I have dealt with biodiversity very closely because of my association with the institute, Tata Institute or Institute of Science. Why I am telling? It is you, tomorrow, you are going to become policy makers. At least some of you, tomorrow, if at all you become MLA or MP or this minister, or one or the other officer who is in a position to make some policy, take policy decision. At that time, at least you remember what you have taught, what you have been taught with regard to biodiversity and its conservation. Coming to the community and ecosystem diversity, this is a little bit addition points that I'm giving. Ecosystem diversity refers to the diversity of a place at the level of ecosystem. This is the three perspective. This particular point, what I'm going to tell you, it is not there in your NCERT book. Alpha diversity, beta diversity, gamma diversity. But it was asked in the exam. We should know what is alpha diversity, what is beta diversity, what is gamma diversity, in what way they are doing.
ಇದೇನೆ ಜಿಕೆ ಸರಿ ಫೋನ್ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಫೋನ್ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಕೂತೇನೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನಿರ್ದುವ ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ಗು ಫೋನ್ ಹಚ್ಚಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು.
ಏನಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಏನು ಚಿನ್ಮಯ್ಯ ಚರಣ ಯಾರದು? ಸರ್ವೋತ್ತಮ್
ಸರ್ವೋತ್ತಮ್ ಸರ್.
ಸರೋತ್ತಮ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ
ಸಾರಿ ಸರ್.
ಏನಾಯ್ತು
Sorry,
ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅಮ್ಮ ಬೈದ್ರಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನೋ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಇದುವರೆಗೆ ಕಾಸು ಕೇಳೇ ಇಲ್ವಾ?
ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್.
ಏನ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಯಾ? ಈಗ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ, ಸ್ಪೀಸಿಸ್ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ, ಎಕಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ಯಾ ಅದು?
ಮಿಡಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಕೇಳಾಯ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ, I hope you are aware that my all lectures are available up to organisms and population. Please make best use of that, and this will be updated. Okay. So we have what is called alpha diversity, beta diversity, gamma diversity. What is alpha diversity? Alpha diversity is a diversity within community diversity. Within community, the diversity, whatever comes with alpha diversity. Please listen to very carefully. Later you may find it difficult. Alpha diversity refers to the diversity of organisms sharing the same community, same habitat. Now, let us think that you have a small garden nearby your house. What all plants are there? Plants includes trees, shrubs, herbs. What all animals are there in that particular small garden? You do come across so many small ants, so many spiders, then wasps, honeybees, etc., insects, etc., butterflies, moths. All that particular, all the plants, all the different types of animals present in your that particular garden alone, that is called alpha diversity. Alpha diversity refers to the diversity of organisms sharing the same community and same habitat. What is the difference between population and community? Population is always, it is the group of one particular species which are capable of interbreeding, which interbreed. Community includes different species in one particular garden. You come across different species of insects. You do come across different types of other animals. So, whenever I say community of Bangalore, for this, I have to include not only all human beings, I have to include if the monkeys are there, I have to eat monkeys, if at all donkeys are there, donkeys, and then this ass, dogs, cats, cattle, cow, sheep, goat, etc. All these are included. This is what you say alpha diversity is the diversity of organisms sharing the same community or habitat. Beta diversity is between community diversity. Alpha diversity is within community diversity within a community. Beta diversity is the diversity between community diversity between two. It refers to the diversity of organisms sharing two habitats. Where now I said you have a small garden. Let us see at the another side of your house. There is a small cropland where you are growing one or the other crop. What all different types of diversity you come across there? You are comparing this diversity with this cropland with that of a garden. That is what is called beta diversity. You want to find out what all types of butterflies are there in your garden, what all different types of butterflies are there in the cropland, or what all different types of ants are there in the cropland, what all different types of ants are there in the garden. This is what is called beta diversity. Beta diversity is between community diversity, between the community of one particular place and between the community of another particular place. It refers to the diversity of organisms sharing two habitats. You have another diversity called gamma diversity. Now, what do you look into that? You have a garden here. You have a cropland here. Now, let us see that just behind your house, there is a small forest. So now, in the gamma diversity, you are taking into account Let us think about the same butterfly. How much is there in alpha? What are different types of there in alpha? Sorry, what are different types are there in this garden? What are different types are there in the cropland? What are different types are there in the forest? All these are together known as gamma diversity. Diversity of the habitat over the total landscape or geographical area is called gamma diversity. I said alpha, I said beta, I said gamma. Alpha diversity is a diversity of organisms in one given habitat. Beta diversity is the diversity of these organisms between two habitats. Gamma diversity is the diversity in a particular landscape, including all these whatever different types of habitats are there. Suppose in one particular area, you have a small garden, small cropland, a small forest, a small lake or pond. That means we are taken to the diversity of all this present in a particular area with regard to all different community. So the same thing I am showing you now. This is what I have. You can, if you want, you can take down, or if you want, you can take the screenshot also. Understood? Is it clear? Is it understood? Can you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Vishwas?
Yes, sir.
Understood? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲೇನಪ್ಪ?
Sir.
ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು?
No, sir.
No. ಸರ್ವೋತ್ತಮ್?
No, sir.
ತನುಶ್ರೀ?
No, sir.
ಲೋಹಿತ್?
No, sir.
Namrata?
No, sir.
Shall you go ahead? Again, I am giving you. Alpha diversity describes species diversity within a community at a small scale or local scale, generally the size of one ecosystem. When we casually speak of diversity in an area, more often than not, it refers to alpha diversity. Whenever we say diversity, always we refer diversity to one particular area only. Then, beta diversity describes the species diversity between two communities or ecosystem. It is at a larger scale and looks to compare the species diversity between two separate entities that are often divided by a clear geographical barrier like a river or a mountain ridge. Gamma diversity is studied at a very large scale, a biome where species diversity is compared between many ecosystems. One ecosystem, alpha. Two ecosystems, beta. Many ecosystems together, gamma diversity. Right? See here. This is what? One side, alpha. And this is beta. See here, when we compare, one, it is alpha. Two, it is beta, comparing this. And all this. Now, you tell me here, which species is found in all the different types of community? Which mark here is present in all? Which mark? Which species here? What shape mark? What shape mark? Hello? Can you find out? This, whatever triangular mark, inverted or straight, whatever it may be. Is it not that it is found in all the communities? And this into mark, cross mark, it's only found in two. So, in this way, we are going to see which species are with the gamma diversity, with the beta diversity, with the alpha diversity. Right? Don't bother much about that. You know what is alpha, what is beta, what is gamma. Now the question is, how many species are there on Earth and how many in India? Is it possible to say? Since there are published records, we can say, yes, these many species are there because these many species are discovered. How much is discovered and how much is yet to discover? For your information, if it will say, in general, we can say that only what we have, only 1 out of 10 is discovered. 9 out of 10 is yet to discover. Since there are published records of all species discovered, and since there are published records of all the species named, we know how many species in all have been recorded so far, but it is not easy to answer the question how many species there are on Earth. Whenever you ask me, sir, how many species are there on Earth? How can I tell? I can tell as far as on today, these many species are discovered. How many species are yet to be discovered? To know how many species are yet to be discovered, we should have a clear-cut knowledge that how many species are there discovered. Many times, whenever I do this lecture, I have seen many number of students in the colleges and all, bringing some insects and, sir, can you tell me which species? Oh my goodness. Insect is, you know what is said about insect? What is said about insect, you know? Every third species in the animal kingdom is an insect. Every third species in the animal kingdom is insect. If at all you come across a number of different individuals together, every third one is invariably insect. That much of a high populated group it is. And if at all you bring one insect and ask me what is that, to answer that I should know, I should know about that. I should know about already discovered one. It is highly impossible to say. Even if at all the great entomologist also, if at all take him and give that one particular insect, he cannot say what species it is. He may say at the maximum, this belongs to this order, this belongs to this family, but not the species. It's difficult. According to IUCN, the total number of plant and animal species described so far is slightly more than 1.5. I always give, I think already have given the figure. Otherwise, please remember how many species of animals are there? Animals, as on now, animal species is said to range from 1.2 to 1.3 million. And plant species is said to be 0.5 million. So you have approximately 1.7 to 1.8 million species known today in the whole world. 1.7 to 1.8. Here it is said, the total number of plant and animal species described so far is slightly more than 1.5. That means it is 1.7 or 1.8. But we have no clear idea of how many species are yet to be discovered and described. Estimates vary widely, and many of them are only educated guesses, imagination. For many taxon groups, species inventories are more complete in temperate than in tropical countries. If you want to look into that, now we are just trying to find out how many species are there. You know, for many of the larger species, which can be easily seen, this species inventory means species discovery. The species discovery is almost complete in a temperate than in a tropical, because always a temperate region, it harbors a less number of species when compared to tropical region. You do come across more species in the tropical region on either side of the equator, in between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. In between that, on either side of the equator, in between that, here, in these tropical region, species are more than the temperate, beyond 23.5 degree north or beyond 23.5 degrees south. So, for many taxon groups, species unities are more complete in temperate than in the tropical countries. Considering that an overwhelmingly large proportion of species waiting to be discovered are in the tropics, biologists make a statistical comparison of the temperate tropical species richness of an exhaustively studied group of insects and extrapolate this ratio to other groups of animals and plants to come with a gross estimate of the total number of species on Earth. What does it mean? Now, what they wanted to find out, what they wanted to say is that, no, you know, let us think that this is the equator, and this is the Tropic of Cancer, this is the Tropic of Capricorn, and this is the Tropic of Cancer. If you know this is a 23.5 degree, zero equator. Now, you know, we have studied this much of area in a temperate country, and in this much of area, these many insects were there, percentage of insects, X number of insects, and comparatively, you have here, in this another area, it is a Y number of birds, Y number of birds. So, we wanted to see how much is here in this particular area about the insects and birds. Because it is easy to say, because this is the temperate where the population is less, we know, because these many insects are there, A number of insects, and we got B number of birds. Same thing we are looking into. If at all A number of insects in this area has a less than B number of birds, looking into this area, how many insects are there? And based on that, we are going to make an education guess, major guess, how many birds may be there. This is called, by looking into one population, deciding the population with another one, in the known area. In this known area, this is a big known area, let us make it a small, this area. It has this many birds. So it is this much of double of the area. So we should get these many insects and these many birds like that. So this is again a thought of mere guess. Okay. Now, some extreme estimates range from 20 to 50 million, but we always give what this particular man has said, Robert May. He is one of the well-noted biologist, biodiversity expert, and what he has said, we are all following today because he has done wonderful work. According to his statement, some extreme estimates range from 20 to 50 million species are there on this earth. We know how much? 1.57. If it was 20, 50 million are there. But more conservative and scientifically sound estimate made by Robert May places the global species diversity at about 7 million. Robert May says that the population may be, species density on this earth may be around 7 million. And we are giving much weightage to his word because he has done commendable work in this particular field. So this you have to remember. Robert May places the global biospecies diversity at about 7 million. So I'm stopping it here. And let me continue this in my next class. When I meet, I think I'm meeting you on Thursday. I'm not meeting you tomorrow. On Thursday, I'm meeting you most probably in the afternoon, I believe. Okay? Any doubt? Any question you have?